Yep. Hmm.
No, no, I added that thing.
So can everyone in my chat hear Tim?
Yeah, I'm just trying to work on it. I can't. For some reason, I cannot record it. Hmm. What's your chat saying? Can you hear me?
Mm. So try saying something, Tim.
Just saying something to test.
Could you hear him?
Yeah, speaking the English language, just saying random words to test the microphone.
Yeah, they can hear.
Okay. He's very loud. Okay. So I think it is working, but maybe. But Peter, so I can turn mine. Wait, really? I'm quiet. I think I can turn my mic up. That should probably be a bit better. And I turned Peter down, I think. So Peter, if you speak real quick, just to check.
Yeah, so I'm speaking the English language, and hopefully you can hear me.
That should probably be a bit better. So I mixed it. Hopefully that's good.
Emily, my stream delay is like 5 seconds. It's supposed to be at least.
Stay. Man, stay the Raharan. Thank you for the follow.
Okay. You wanna see what I've been working on?
Yeah, I'd love to know.
I'm gonna share my screen here. So basically, I have infinite tree gen and terrain gen working.
So is that is another plane getting spawned in?
Yeah, it's another plane, and we also, let's see if we can see it. We also despawn things behind us. Eventually, we're gonna use like noise generation to generate some interesting terrain. But Jan has to extend the API so we can create meshes from C# first.
Okay.
And this looks a lot better with like fog enabled. Because I don't know, yeah, you can't even see it like spawning in.
Yeah. And obviously that way you don't know whether it was there or it just spawned in, which is
Yeah.
kind of what you want it for.
Now I think the downside is if I don't use like noise generation and seeds to like place the trees right now, meaning if they get despawned and you go back, you're gonna get some different trees. But I don't think we necessarily need like to use noise and seeds for like tree generation.
Maybe not. Maybe not. It depends. Like if we're only running one direction through the forest, then it's probably fine.
Yeah, and I mean even though like I don't think people will necessarily pay attention to exactly how the trees like spawn in and kind of try and remember that because you're gonna have ghosts chasing you and you have to pick stuff up. So we might be able to just fake it.
Okay.
But we'll see.
How's that? I'm trying to mix as we're speaking with Peter, but not sure if it's any better or not. Pixel Boys TM, thank you for the follow. Alright. I guess like one of the first things we should probably work on is some kind of dock.
2-second delay, huh? I have set to 5, so I don't know what that's about. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working on the terrain generation that we got going here. Well, not the terrains, but I'm gonna try and prevent stuff like this happening with the trees. And also get some ghosts in here. And I may have to like start generating the trees on a separate thread, or at least asynchronously, because sometimes there's a bit of a frame drop. Just gonna get my chat popped out on this screen. Serious business once the hood comes down. Yeah. There we go. Oh, what's this?
Kind of want to bring this.
I want to make you my lover.
Yeah, sure.
Can you feel me watching through the phone? Hiding out undercover. Call me when you're all alone.
Also, let me know if the music is too loud or anything like
Call
that.
me what you will, but we're thicker than we seem. It's really hard to tell why you are beside me. You try and cut me off in sexual symmetry, and then you come right back and gently persuade me. I want to go all the way. I know what you
So preferably what we would do here is do like an if physics overlap sphere.
I want to make you my lover. Can you feel me watching through the phone? Hiding out undercover. Call me when you're all alone.
But I guess like okay, so here's the thing though, right? So I think the idea is down the line piss them off.
You are all I want. This hasn't been easy. Tearing me apart. It's driving me crazy. From deep inside my soul, can you hear me crazy?
Yes, I stole
Begging me not to forsake me. I want to go all the way.
Music's fine.
Need and I won't
You can hear him speaking, but not. Yeah, so
I had so much
I'll see if I can turn it up for you guys. He's kind of low for me as well, but because the music is just so overpowering.
you my lover. Can you feel me watching through the phone?
Hey Tim, could you try saying something?
Undercover.
Trying to say something.
Call me when you're
Some
all
reference footage.
alone.
Pick a monster to make in Blender. This
Still
would look
seems
really
like the
cool with animation.
Discord is
The
kind of low.
animation for the long arms and legs. Yeah, he's added transparency, but the models are obviously placeholder art. So what we're gonna do today is actually make.
Okay, so Tim should be a bit
the
louder
actual model
compared to
for
the
it.
music now. Maybe.
Ooh, I really like this. I really like this. Make it really tall and skinny. Yeah, I think this is what I want to go. Top one, yeah. This one, yeah. I kind of like it. Yeah, but then make arms. What was that one?
Thank you, the
Yeah,
Chudo,
arms
for
like
following.
this one here.
I appreciate it.
Actually. Arms and legs.
Probably have a
That's the thing,
Boolean.
without animations, kind of sucks.
Thank you,
So I
Torgo,
almost-
for following.
Almost probably don't want arms and legs. But yeah, definitely want to have that as the head, I think. I really like that. Yeah.
So if... Thank you, Adventix, for following.
It's actually okay for this.
What's
to
up,
be
King
probably
Theos?
Slightly higher, probably than the rest of the art style.
Good morning to you too. So I'm gonna have to change this to be a list, probably.
Well, there is no class, it's just a capsule class. But they're different from.
Thank
the
you,
they're kind of.
Shaidar Haram,
That's
for
that can
following.
actually be-
Sorry if I don't pronounce that correctly.
that can actually be part of the thing. Like if they're visually different, then it's obvious. It's obvious that they're kind of foreign. They're different from you in one way or another. Okay, so just apply this and get the sculpting a little bit. I think the one eye should be more like a human. So yeah, well that's what
So
I'm
I'm gonna
thinking.
make
I
that
really like
this.
these
So-
long arms anyway.
Because we can't guarantee that we're gonna have an exact number of trees anymore.
Yeah, okay. Once. And this is red, yeah. And this is red. Would that be the iris or like the pupil?
Forgot the
or
parentheses.
The whole eye.
Argument missing.
I guess we can experiment with that later.
Oh.
Maybe the little like Tim goes the same.
So we should no longer get trees spawning inside of each other. Also, I'm probably gonna bring up the chat on my phone so I can see it at all times.
Oh, that might look too simple. That might look too simple. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Because I definitely want to have some kind of like iris. What will be the skin color of it? I'm not sure. Not sure. I mean, they're gonna be transparent anyway, but yeah, we will still be able to see some of it. Okay, where's my sculptor? So at the moment, I'm just getting started on making the head.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a problem. I don't want to make the radius too big though. Also, this might be fine. Sometimes.
Should actually put on some kind of scary music. Spooky teeth.
Increase that to 3.
I kind of like the feel of no mouth though, and like this hollowed out jaw. But yeah, maybe some spooky teeth as well. We'll see. I think I'll basically just make this and maybe add a mouth. That might be too scary.
So I'm not actually getting any frame drops. when the trees are despawning and being spawned in. We probably still want to generate the trees on a separate thread though.
How's the music, guys? It's not.
In fact, we may want to do that for like once we start actually generating the terrain properly. Also, I'm not entirely sure why the bullets are not spawning when I'm in this scene.
What is this loss? What do you mean loss? So this will be like the monsters that are coming. Right now it's just placeholder art. But these will be the monsters that are chasing you that are transparent inside the game right now. That's what we're working on. Yeah, okay. That could be interesting. Yeah, I kind of like that one.
Do we have that now?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's pretty nice actually. Where's Dali Moo? Thank you for the follow.
We're still not spawning the particles. Hang on. I think...
So this is where we want to spin this down a little bit. Start hollowing this out. Oh, it's too much probably.
Yeah, why isn't this being spawned in?
Wait, I think. Okay. Start over a little bit. So what I actually want to do is apply this probably like twice. And then add another one. But don't apply this one. And then, so I have like, for every 2 vertices, I have 1 control point. So for example, if I want to move this entire edge, I grab it like this, and that way I have fewer points of control, but greater kind of smoothing out.
I'm currently working on infinitely generating a forest. Well, I already am infinitely generating the forest, but I'm tweaking it a bit. And I'm also gonna be bringing in some ghost spawning into this kind of test scene. But mainly I'm gonna tweak the actual generation.
Maybe even, 'cause this
And
is a face and I want
try to get it
symmetrical.
working asynchronously so we don't get frame stutters.
Add modifier.
But right now I am
Mirror
trying to
modifier.
figure out why the particles are not appearing when I
Let's look
shoot
at example.
things.
Okay.
Because I think in the village scene, yeah, you can see there's particles and stuff. Oh, I don't have the particle system. That's probably why. Particle. Yeah, now it works.
And then gotta scale this. I'm gonna probably trust the x-axis. And then this.
Did you add the ground collider volume around the houses to prevent spawning in them? No, because
And then this can be
Jan was basically working on the village, I think yesterday or today when I was asleep. So I haven't worked anything on that since this morning. Oh, okay, no, wait, you mean like the trees, to prevent the trees spawning in the ground. So the trees will never spawn like inside the ground because we just set them to have a Y value of 0 for now.
So this is definitely a lot closer to like here. I feel like. Hey yo, Echo, I am back. We're working on the monsters in our game. Monsters, ghosts, whatever they are.
Okay, so if
Whatever
I
direction
go and
it's
increase
going,
the tree
and
count
take
here
place,
to be between
it makes it so
100
scary what's gonna be chasing.
and 200, so we get a properly dense forest, we're gonna notice some frame drops as they generate, I think. Yeah. Yeah, right now the forest and the village are on completely separate scenes because I'm just testing like the code itself. But eventually what we're going to do is merge those into a single scene. And once you get into the forest, after a certain distance, the village will actually like despawn. Yeah, no, we haven't merged it yet.
I like that better, I think. What? It's not another sphere. It might end up. I think it will have to be, but this will kind of be the socket for it. We'll probably do something
How would I do this asynchronously?
Probably shouldn't do that while I have this modifier applied, but yeah,
We
we'll
could
kind of just drag this in and put
spawn
it
smaller,
in there, I think.
a smaller amount of trees over the course of
Give
several
that a run.
frames potentially, but that's probably gonna
Just
look
working on
really
the
weird.
base mesh for now, though.
Yeah, it's actually starting to come together, which is really nice to see.
Actually, there's really no point for me to keep
Also,
this
can I even call this asynchronously? That might cause problems with the engine. C#. It's basically just this line of code, this method
Bigger
that has
one,
to be
Yeah, I think so, yeah. 'Cause
asynchronous.
that pretty much makes up majority of the face. And this stuff here is, maybe get rid of this, but
Yeah, I know they have like a built-in thread system,
yeah, this is actually kind of
but
tough.
I'm not really sure. Also, I turned off push to talk to him,
Okay.
so you know. Thing is though, I think C# has like a parallel for loop. That we could use.
I think I'll just clean this up a little bit later. But yeah, I want to get this.
Yeah, I could mark it async as well. The problem is I don't know if like the version of the mono runtime we use supports asynchronous stuff. At least not using this.
Yeah, slowly but surely. I don't really like. Fortunately, I haven't done too much sculpting, so I'm kind of a noob at this. But yeah, I guess what we definitely want to have is get rid of stuff like this.
C#5. Well, we should have it then.
Base is too tall, isn't it? Is it though? Maybe just the tiniest bit. Grab this stuff. We can scale this on the side. That actually is looking kind of nicer. Topology is all screwed up.
And it returns the task.
But honestly, like this
If
is
the engine supports calling those... Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, like I know roughly how to use them, but...
In fact, like, this is...
Honestly, I think using a parallel for loop may actually be better. Because that basically just runs the for loop on, I guess, multiple jobs. Alright.
There's also no real need to have all of this.
But I don't know how the engine is gonna deal with that. I think it's... So threading or threading.tasks.
This is so messed up. I may need to restart this one once more. Okay, so as said. Alright.
Do we just like return from this? We're going to have to use a I think they call it IEnumerable. What?
Now this, first of all, it's a bit more like this, and then
Concurrent bag.
and then basically similar stuff to this. Just grabbing it and dragging it out. Very important. So here we see this line playing. Peter is too quiet.
I'm too quiet.
No, like this is me mixing stuff in my room.
We should have access to a concurrent bag.
I think because of the audio interface that I'm using, I can't really mix this.
I mean, to be honest, I could make it async because I think all we're doing with the return value.
Hey Ravi, I'm not bad. How are you? I'm a bit tired, but
Yeah, we just
actually, no.
assign it to
Not
chunk data.tree so we can clean it up.
Tired, but I feel like my body.
And what I might be able to do instead
it's kind of just chilling.
Is have this generate chunk method just create a new list, and then we can pass that as a reference. So we can, right? So we could actually do that. Alright.
Just a weird one on the front.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, I
just
think the
return
top of
like
the head
that.
is definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I might give up on this one and just try once again. It's like
Hello
the
there,
workflow
Minlerd.
of these things.
So
Make something and then you kind of just give up on it and start over. I need to get out of this and continue to this. I'll just hide this one.
I actually don't know how.
It's a bit too sharp. Yeah, we're gonna start over.
How I do
once
this.
more. Just apply this.
Yeah, the work is happening here. I considered using a parallel for loop as well. But for some reason I don't have access to the concurrent bag class, which is basically the list equivalent. Make a thread
So we
class.
can make this probably step out over here somewhere. So for that we need, is it 2?
I mean, the thing is, I don't need to use an entire thread. I can just use asynchronous
I guess it could be
or
even.
parallel for loops.
We'll just quickly get rid of this. Try to add square. Add square to what? In front of the head. What do you mean, instead of the eye? And then, like, first of all, lower poly count is always just easier to work with. because this sharp jewel
Hey?
can be achieved in a much simpler way.
What?
Oh, I might need to.
That was Nightbot. Is it too aggressive?
I need to make this.
Were you even posting links? I didn't see any links. Yeah, they're not links.
That looks
Oh,
a whole lot closer to the truth.
okay, hang on, I'll see if I can
Hey, Jiggernaut, thank you for following.
tweak it.
In front of the head as the button. Ah, sure. Well, see what you mean now. I'm gonna try my way first, though. See how that turns out. So it literally is just this one.
I mean, honestly, I might as well just disable it.
Control.
Okay. Should be safe now.
G.
Sorry about that.
X. This is
Yeah,
definitely
it's...
I guess what I can do is
I find it
just
annoying how
this.
they just turn everything into links. And the thing is...
Yeah, thanks. That's kind of the time here right now. We're coming up on 3 a.m. And yeah, somehow, I guess this is just the thing. When you're like having this much fun, your body doesn't really even want to sleep. Okay, so this is kind of very... I think what will happen is then I grab this. Yeah, because I should be tired, I should be way more tired, but for some reason I'm not. And that is a bit bizarre. During the day I was way more tired, like when I went to the wedding and stuff like that. Sleeping non-stop, but now that I'm back at the computer, making Blender assets for our video game, it's a lot easier. This is what this wants. This wants a cut like this. That LD adrenaline, exactly, yeah.
For some reason, I don't have concurrent bag in
Because
here.
it's really cool. I think the coolest thing about a game jam and just working in a team in the first place is you're
Because
not
I think
alone.
really the simplest way is literally... Can you
Because
show
for
what
me
I
to
can?
make the game and make the art would take a
Oh
lot
yeah,
longer.
it's
And
basically
so it takes a
saying
lot longer
that...
to see a pleasant result. Whereas the guys have been adding
So I could
features
potentially do a
non-stop.
wait,
Oh, I'm making this
a wait task that run
bone flat.
for
No,
the
I don't
for
think the
loop.
bone is flat. Maybe it is a little bit angled. But I don't think it's flat.
Inside of the function.
It's definitely not like that. It just looks that way because, I mean, even if you look at it, it would look flat.
So you could do like a wait
Which is
task.
actually
Run.
something that we can do. We can actually, forgot about this. We can make like a
Just-
full model.
Dunk that in there.
Sorry.
Because that would make this run asynchronously. But I think what I'd have to do as well is...
And then what we do is grab this stuff.
basically take in the list.
Slightly rounded. Yeah. Well, I mean, like the back of the face, we're gonna. Yeah, for that.
Yeah, no, you have to wait.
This is
Otherwise,
like
it
a
would
tough
run
thing, but
synchronously.
honestly,
Which would
I have
defeat the
a lack
purpose.
of practice when it comes to this stuff. But
So if I take...
well, that just looks like a robot now. What I wanted to do though is add that mirror.
Oh, you're kidding.
Before, but we'll go on too much further.
I may not have to
Even
ref
now
it.
already.
I could potentially do this, and I don't know if it... Yeah, that's alright, King Theos. I'll figure it out. So our lists copied completely. Can I have a task that doesn't turn anything? Probably. Yeah, you also have yield. You can yield return. But I don't think that's what we want though. I think we actually want this. Possibly. And I'm perfectly fine with letting it continue. Let's hope this works and doesn't crash my PC.
Surely you're past the point. You're past the point where your PC gets crashes, so.
Yeah. Okay. So this could cause problems. Yeah. This is trying to create a prefab entity and that's problem. And I think it's because we do this. So we're essentially trying to instantiate because we can't do this on a separate thread.
It's just this. I just want to grab this edge here and actually the opposite one as well, and scale them a little bit. That kind of gives it a more round. And what I might do as well is select it out.
Thank you, Rogi Dev, for the follow.
Be a good base, I think. Yeah, maybe that's something I should work on. So we
Does the engine support modifying the scene from multiple threads? So I think the problem is
have the next
that end
here
may not.
We need the chin to step out.
Be thread safe the way we're doing it right now.
This can look like a normal human face. What I want to do is really scale this on the Z and rotate like so. And I think maybe scale this. And I'm just trying to change some values until I get it to look like something that is resembling what we want. Again, still looking like a normal human face. So actually what we want to do is scale these two on the X. And rotate them.
Yeah, we'd have to do a scoped look probably.
Adjust this. So again, we need.
Yeah, I could of course use something like a pool and just move the trees. Kind of pre-generate everything.
Okay, and probably scale this up. So that way we're keeping this
That's a possibility.
That follows there. Oh man, this is tough.
And also, yeah, mono isn't thread safe right now either. In terms of like instantiating script entities, for an example. So we may have to go the route of using just a pool.
This part, definitely. Maybe this should be in line. But this, I want to be smaller. And this as well. Cheeks should be smaller, yeah, I agree with that.
So I'm just wondering, what if I...
Really hollow that out.
Like, how many trees can I
want
generate
another
before it becomes a
loop
problem?
That's underneath this. So we have one where the chin will begin. And one in the middle which can be smaller and right. Maybe we don't really want to move this stuff.
So between 100 and 200 tends to cause problems.
Just the cheek stuff.
Right?
This is kind of tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am struggling with this model.
Yeah, I think like 100, and we don't even need to make this like a random range. We could just say always try and do 100.
How old are you, Tim, if you don't mind me asking?
Because we're never actually gonna get,
22
like,
years old?
we're not guaranteed to get 100 either way because of the collation checks.
The back of the head is just something we're gonna probably delete later on. And make it different. But yeah, if I'm looking at this, we're slowly getting there. This wants to dip a bit more. Oh,
So I don't.
this really wants
I
to
think
dip
100 is fine.
And a little bit. Control plus.
Would be nice. Well, I mean, keep in mind also this is release mode. It's not a distribution build.
That's too much. Yeah, to do something like this in low poly is kind of tough.
Yeah, no, async won't work. So the only reason it doesn't work is because we're calling instantiate prefab with parent here.
And honestly, I think... Wait, that's a function? Since when is that a function?
Since the script engine rewrite.
Oh, awesome.
If you're in a... Like if you're inside of an entity and you want to call that, it's instantiate child.
Uh-huh. And if you just have a standalone entity and you want it to become a child, you instantiate it with parent and feed it an entity, right, in the constructor?
Yeah, if you
Or
want.
in the function
So,
parameter.
like right now, I'm in a class called tree generator that is not an entity, right?
Uh-huh.
And that has to call scene.instantiate prefab with parent,
Right.
and that will do the same thing basically.
Uh-huh. Oh, awesome. Yeah, because me and Jan, I don't remember when. It was definitely after, like, just before it got merged in, I think, but we were doing something and we needed a function like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's after that you wrote it or you had it in mind to write this from the start.
So I think it may have been before because Jan did tell me to kind of add that function.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, King Theos. Jan was doing some terrain gen stuff, but I think he's mainly doing that to test like noise functions and whatnot. But even if he is doing terrain gem, that's perfectly fine because we can just bring that over.
Well, this is kind of getting there. The thing is, this is way thicker.
I may have to
So at the moment, I have.
instantiate a bunch of trees and then just move them around.
So this is pointier. This pointier. So SZ.
So we could have like a function here.
Not that much. But it is becoming pointier. And I think if I do this. Yeah. Unfortunately, again, it's because of the way I'm feeding this audio. I
The
don't
problem
know
is
how
we
to
can't
balance it.
we also
Essentially,
can't.
I can either make.
Yeah, I can create a
Well,
pool and
actually-
then. But the problem is,
I
how
guess
do I
it's more
know
important.
what trees are safe
More
to
important
move?
for you to be able to. I mean, he's mostly talking to his stream anyway. We only have a conversation now and again. Mostly, he's talking to his stream and I'm talking to you guys when you guys have questions. But now and again, he says something and, like, for example, with instantiate child and with instantiate parent. I never realized we had that function. Mostly, yeah, he's talking to his stream. So if I made it so that you guys can hear him, you'd end up basically watching him. So I honestly feel like it's not worth it. And I don't know if we can hear the music right now. It's playing.
Yeah, so we could have a struct and kind of keep track if the tree has been unloaded or if it's in use. Because we do destroy trees once we get a certain distance from a given chunk.
No, I'm back, man. I've already been to the wedding. I'm back in Ludum. You missed the on stream. I came in right at the end of it.
Could have
And
had two
he had a
lists,
musical
one
performance.
for trees that are in use and one
And
for
He went to bed, and now I'm working on more assets.
trees
Yeah.
that
Being in
are
Sydney and back
technically
again.
destroyed.
So I'm actually kind of beginning to like this. Still not 100% okay with it. But it's kind of at a place.
Because you're only
where I
gonna
think
see
it has
like
potential.
maximum like what, 50, 60 trees at once, if that. So we could pre-generate like 200 and then reuse.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's not this. I need to go back on. No, I've been sleeping in transit, so I slept on the
Pre-generate
plane
trees per chunk.
there and back both times. Just instantly fell asleep. And then like when I was catching public transport around Sydney, also was sleeping all the time on trains, buses, whatnot. Yeah.
So we could do something like
You know
this.
what? Just noticed
Right.
there is like this dip literally right here.
But I think it's better to have like two lists, one for trees that are not in use and one for trees that are, because that way we don't have to iterate through every tree to find an unused one. Yeah.
So I think I basically just make it.
Call this maybe available trees.
One of those.
And like if this
Flip it.
list is empty, we can just generate trees then. But the goal is to kind of not have to do that.
I think we can fix that with another modifier. Do it right now. For the time being. We're okay with it being the way it is. Yeah, because I think like obviously this is a smoother thing, whereas here we have
The scripts not
less
support
bodies.
instances.
and
So don't.
it
Okay.
kinda looks a bit,
The only reason why this is static
well, it looks a bit blocky,
is
but
for
also
convenience.
to shade smooth.
I could make that an instance if I wanted to, but I prefer it to be kind of static like that.
Yeah, actually, you know what? That's getting to a point where I'm almost happy with it. Maybe just a little bit scaling. I want this to be the lowest point. I don't even need this modifier. What I do want to get though is this. This is cut. Take this stuff, rotate it on the Z, other way, rotate it on the X a little bit.
Yeah, no, I don't think I need to do that. Because if I pre-generate a bunch of trees here, have them in the available trees list, in generate we would literally just check if
I wanna get rid
this
of
list
but that
has
messes up with
stuff
those faces, so
left over. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't need to come up with the most amazing design for this. It's only for Ludum there.
not
We
so-
just have to get it done.
select my zero. Hopefully guys, I don't think the eye will be the easy part, I think. This harder stuff is still shape, but I'm not really able to visualize properly.
We can
So
move
I
all
like
of the
honestly.
trees down to like below the ground,
The eye, there is no reason why the
so
eye
they're not
can't be
visible.
this.
Because we can't disable them, unfortunately.
Maybe mess it up and, well actually do we want to, we can make it a perfect circle.
Yeah, and using like 2 pools is quite a common thing as well. Yeah, it can be kind of difficult to type fast on a mobile device, even a tablet. So in theory, this is all we need to do to regenerate a bunch of trees, right? Then, in here, we say we want 100 trees, for an example. So we come down here, we calculate all of this, we make sure we can place it
I'm
there.
gonna add it like this. I'm gonna add it as a standalone thing.
Let's write a little helper function here.
And yeah. And we can shape this smooth as well. And yeah, like that's honestly the eye. So the eye is not a big deal whatsoever. It's more so the shape around the eye.
We could even be a
Yeah.
bit more clever and make this like a queue or a
All of these
stack.
faces out. Ain't the time to be a perfectionist. Yeah, probably. You're probably right. But I also want to get this model right because, to be honest, we can make everything else a bit quicker. But this, I kind of want to take a bit more time.
Stack is
Wait. That kind of looks nice.
first
even though it's
in,
a
last
bit
out, I
off
think.
In terms of the reference picture.
Let's just use like a queue.
And that's right. So I think it was a Gotchic that had the idea of
Do we not have access to queue?
making that mouth, right? So I think this will literally be
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I know there's like a stack. class as well. But what?
Okay. Well, we kind of need all this. Machine. Element center. And now, maybe bigger eye. How much bigger? Yeah, maybe I can just.
Yeah,
put it
but
different
Q
to
is a generic
okay.
collection. But I don't think I'm referencing the correct assembly. System.collections.dll.
And then we want to have like a gray material probably for this, at least for the time being. Yeah.
Okay.
Where are we now?
I wasn't referencing system somehow. But how do we have access to list?
And then what we're gonna do is.
So stack
make
is
this
first
a
in,
bunch of
last out, but
different
honestly I
ways.
don't think it matters. The difference is you take from the top as opposed to the back.
Well, I'm gonna do that. Literally just
Could use the
subdivide,
stack.
subdivide a couple of times.
Push.
I think that should be enough. Give me my courtesy, yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice,
but we
just
really cannot afford to be perfectionists, at least not with the code. Oh. Yeah. I mean, a queue technically makes more sense in terms of the literal use of the word, because we're dequeuing something from a queue of entities, but it's basically the same thing.
just make it a bit.
So,
disturbing to
if we
look at.
don't have any available trees, we need to make another one and add it.
What do you guys think? Is that scary?
Well, we can just make a
No.
new one, I think.
If we have a look, we see all these triangles, which is gonna be messed up when we export it. We'll be able to see this in Hazel as well. So what we're gonna do here is
We update the translation.
so we're just gonna add a neat cut. All the way through. Maybe just that one as well. And then G, make it like this.
Do we need this one?
And I guess it would
Does
be
Twitch
good.
support multi-line texts? Yeah, I think there's a pretty small limit,
We have
to,
a
unfortunately.
similar thing over here, because that way we can make it like a lid.
I mean, this
It's
is in
in
theory
depth
everything
to
we
that.
have to do. Right? And this won't have to instantiate, because I'm pretty sure it's the instantiation that's slow. Because doing a for loop like this shouldn't be too slow, I don't think.
The dark likely sort of not like the look of the product maybe. Okay, we can try that. But I wanna keep this kinda, I think the planes like that are tying them out together. And keep that the same, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we need that one.
Kinda like
We just
the
need a
gray
list of
color
available trees.
on this. So what we can do is select all of it, and then just go through and deselect our faces we want to keep.
Let's do like regenerate 500.
Zero. Or maybe even like the mouth itself.
We may actually have to pre-generate more.
It's easy enough to change later.
This is gonna change. Do that.
Yikes. That's kind of scary. I kind of like this.
Hey, Edidev.
This better, I think. Maybe in the mouth without the symmetry. Ah, sure, you mean, well, I'll change that after I apply the symmetry, I think, because I still want to fix this model. Fix the way it looks. But yeah, sure, I think it was a bit...
Yeah, we're gonna have to fix up these references.
So again, like this mesh is broken, so I'm just gonna hide this temporary
the problem is...
And why really not select this?
We need to add a reference to the correct library, which is going to be a problem.
Oh man. Oh man. I don't know if there's a way to remove the anchor point after I clicked it, because I always just end up cancelling it.
Because I think we have to use that. No, does that not work either?
A bit more green? Yeah, we can try in a second.
So I can't use stack or queue, presumably. That needs to be fixed. In fact, that will be fixed, but the problem is... Yeah. I'm gonna have to work around that.
Yeah.
Which isn't optimal.
I think I like having the idea of just stepping out, but by how much? Probably not by that much. Just this is far enough.
Oh yeah, I have access to system.link. So I can at least do like...
all of this. We don't need most of this. I can just go.
We could just always do this.
It's not confessed here. A scale on the X probably. Maybe a bit on the Z.
Technically this will work.
And then, yeah, if we wanna, this is what I'm debating whether we should do it or not. Is include this iris.
And in theory we're not creating
And
just a
have a
ton of
cool
trees
effect.
now, and I'm not getting any
Big
like
cat
performance problems either.
Holy
Crank it up to 200. As long as we can get a lot of trees with no frame drops, I'm happy. Because I don't really care if the implementation is sophisticated or correct. As long as it works and it runs good, then I'm happy.
The Hollow Knight, I guess.
Because we cannot afford to like
What I'm thinking to do,
just work on
like this.
you know, making the code beautiful or anything like that. And this does work. I'm not getting any performance problems at all. And we're having 200 trees. Well, max 200 trees per chunk. And we're loading like, what,
But what I was
3
actually
chunks at a
thinking to do
time,
is just
minimum.
add this.
Are you able to move up? No, I can't do that, but I think I can. If I disable the fog, I might be able to catch it.
Be a bit more orange, I think. Push it inside a little bit.
I mean, it's still... Yeah, I mean, I can see them disappear there.
Okay, and then...
And maybe I can see them, like, reappear. Yeah, so you can see, without the fog, you do see them kind of disappear and reappear. So, yeah.
This is kind of scary.
Works. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool to see what it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and push. Tim, I'm gonna push my changes. Is that okay?
Ah, that's cool. I'm just in Blender. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I haven't even checked out latest master.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and push this because Jan told me to comment that out, so I think it's fine.
Could be. Okay.
Push that.
I kind of like this gray though.
Yeah. So let's gonna push. I think I'm on the latest. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, like honestly. I feel like black is color. Again, they're gonna be transparent anyway. I think black is the color. I feel like, and then we can have like silver for these teeth. So,
Also, I can get rid of the tree spawner, I think. Because that's not actually doing anything.
well, I
Yeah.
don't like that. Simpler color range. And a bit more.
Cool. So we now have infinite forest
Also,
generation. Should probably give this a go in the distribution build as well. Make sure it works.
control plus one.
Yeah. So I'm just changing the startup scene temporarily.
Yeah, the body is what's coming. The body is going to be a bit simpler.
Do that.
Just the head that's going to take longer.
Just
The cross inside there, no, that's too far. Too far with that. kind of like how simple it is right now. Trying to make anything satanic here. Okay. Okay, and honestly, with that, kind of happy. I might just take this.
I'm really glad that we got that working.
Yeah. And fix the back of the head. Yes, I'll probably just take some of this stuff and push it around. Happy people now. I don't know, my favorite is the lantern, I think.
Make it better. Nah,
Hey,
man,
cheesy
it
roof.
works.
Cheesy roof has a place.
I got other things I need to work on as well. Well, actually, do I?
Cheesy roof was me, which is kind of I'm happy with. Because, you know, just slapped it together. And it's in. Something kind of funny. But it's also okay. Like, it's not completely out of the art style. Kind of fit. Very lazy, but yeah, kind of was okay. Yeah, anyways. Need a neck for this guy.
What? Alright.
More buildings to stream? Yeah, I think so. So, like, we only have this one model to make, in terms of humans. And then, my plan is to make the village base mesh. Windmill, yeah, I wanna make them windmill next. Hey, Bounce, are you okay? Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I wanna make the village. Essentially, this stream, I would love to. Something's thanks for the follow.
Yeah, but
I'd love to finish a village scene. That's something that we can walk in and already like it would be decorated. I don't know how much decoration we'll have time to do, but yeah, I would love to definitely make the base match. I don't know if you were watching Jan's stream, but it will be something along the lines of just adding a plane, scaling this guy up,
some
and then, like
weird
subdividing it.
shadow stuff happening. But yeah, so this should just work. Yeah, I think Jan still has some work to do on like the fog and the lighting, because
Yeah.
I mean that glow thing, it seems to kind of just, you know, the glow that was happening on like the trees and the whatnot.
Yeah.
Sometimes that just flickers in and out, so you can like all of a sudden see a lot further.
But I think that was just because the skylight was too bright, right?
Oh yeah, it could be.
Because that's how he fixed it.
Yeah.
Although the effect did look cool, like it's not actually meant to be that way. It's because the skylight is just blown up.
Yeah. But yeah, we have a bit of an infinite runner going now.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Cool.
guess we're probably about done with this. What would be cool is to separate the head from the body and make head rotate all around, but the body like follow that rotation. But it's kind of like extra work. Although it would make it look a lot scarier. There's probably no real need for it. But that could be cool. So it's actually good that I still have this reference picture, because clearly this neck is too thin. Well, I mean, this is just
Yeah.
long. How does mine look? So it's basically scalp. Like it definitely never goes past the scalp. Okay. Sorry, scalp. That's the cool thing when like working on humanoid models, and you need to be like, well, how does this thing even appear on my body? It's pretty easy to check. Usually. Why did it? Yeah. Cool.
Okay. How long will I be streaming? As long as I can. Tim, should I try and beat
Yeah.
your 17-hour long record?
Oh man, you can try it. I kind of want to do 24 hours in the last day, but I don't know. With the amount of sleep I've been getting,
Yeah, I don't think that would be good for your health.
my body might just give up.
Yeah.
But like so far, I'm running on very low amount of sleep, and I'm not tired. So you know.
You're probably overtired.
But I definitely want to be like awake when Yana's working here tomorrow. I want to be just in the background sleeping.
Don't you
So,
still like
yeah,
have your
that's
sleeping bag in the office?
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna go home today. No, definitely not. I'll just drop by and start sleeping again.
Okay. There we go. That's the cat. Okay. Yeah, no, but I'm
That's
probably gonna
kinda
stream
pretty good.
like as long as I can today. So Jan wanted the particles to not collide with each other.
Okay.
So maybe we should work on that. Shouldn't be too difficult to implement.
He asked to do it. Thank you for the follow. Let's have a look-see. Wait, what happened to my sphere? Oh, wait, what? What is this? Ah, that's the old model, sure. Ah, and I think I just moved this sphere in. Scary stuff, spooky, scary stuff, guys. You see 30 of these running towards you? What do you do? And then in the end, they turn out to be friendly. Damn. That's just cruel trick. Okay, so here we actually do need another loot card.
Was that on the wrong screen?
I don't know if I want to take it all the way. Just from here is enough.
Oh, it got messed up or something.
Probably the same with that. Okay. Yeah, you know what? This neck is actually wrong. Because if you look at the distance, like it's... So say from my...
What happened here?
My jawline to the chin, it's about 4 fingers wide, right? About like the full length
Okay,
of my
hang on.
fingers. And the same distance down is how much it goes to the bottom of the neck. Whereas if you compare this distance, well, first of all, his jaw is also bigger, but maybe it is about that. But yeah, anyway, where I was going with that is I wanna give him something.
Did my stream like die or something?
Completely sure. Well, for me on Discord it says you're still streaming. No, you just have the wrong scene, I think.
Yeah, no, but like... Wait, what? Yeah, but why is there like that background?
You got the wrong scenes. Like...
Yeah, no, I have like the right scene, but for some reason it just doesn't share my screen.
Make sure you have a screen capture thing in the...
Well...
So on Twitch Shooter, in layers...
Yeah, like the screen share.
Screen share. Yeah, screen share.
I mean, I
and
have
nothing
that.
on top of it that would be covering it up.
Yeah. So what if I... Yeah, no, it's just refusing to share my screen for some reason.
Thanks, F5. Yeah, that's very interesting.
It works when I select an application. Okay, switch back. What
yeah, well,
happened?
that's on top of your background. That wasn't there before, I don't think.
Yeah, but the thing is, it isn't. Because when I change that screen share to capture, say, Visual Studio, it works. Right? But if I change it to capture the whole screen, it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I don't know why that would be the case.
What is this?
So yeah, I guess we want to keep this guy skinny, not too buff, but we still want to.
Okay, I'm gonna try restarting the stream.
Oh no, the 17-hour record though.
I mean, it's alright. I've been going for 1.5 hours.
Okay, we can just add that, right?
Yeah, exactly. God damn.